to Africa in Business.
Good afternoon. Pleasure to be with you.
So how significant is the G20 tourism ministers meeting for shaping global tourism policy?
Well, I think the number that shows that importance is the fact that 70% of all international tourism happens in G20 economies, and they represent more than 80% of tourism GDP around the world. So what is discussed here really can lead the transformation of the sector into a path which is more sustainable and inclusive.
And how does the UN tourism view the role of the G20 specifically in shaping the future of global tourism?
Well, as a UN agency, we've been working with the G20 Tourism Working Group for many years. So it has been an important process. Since 2020, tourism has become an official track of the presidency in each year's G20. So the fact that it is now together with issues such as development, agriculture, education, is a reflection of the importance and the impact that the sector can have, but also of the fact that multilateralism and cooperation among G20 are essential to drive tourism agenda forward.
And what have been some of the key outtakes for you attending this G20 tourism ministers meeting?
Well, those four priorities as defined by the presidency here in South Africa, and I think they speak very high to what is UN tourism agenda. The first one was on innovation and digitalization to support small, medium enterprises and startups. We know they are more than 80% of the sector, but they're also very vulnerable. Often they're family owned, they don't have access to credit or to skills or to technology. So having G20 having that focus is very in line with our sustainable development goals. The second topic that was discussed was financing for development. So although tourism is such a big sector worldwide, 6% of all exports come from tourism, only 0.1% of official development assistance goes to tourism. So there's a financing gap that G20 countries can actually promote addressing. And then we talked about air connectivity for seamless travel. We know how important air connectivity is. More than 50% of all people that travel the world arrive to their destination by air, and making sure that everything that has to do with transport, seamless travel, use of technology, but also sustainability is essential. And finally, the group also talked about how do we need to be prepared for crisis. We all know how COVID hit the sector. So how do we prepare ourselves with plans and very detailed coordination mechanisms to address possible crisis.
And are there any specific outcomes from this meeting that UN tourism would like to see prioritized moving forward?
Well, I think all of them are definitely important. One does not exist together without the other. We're such an interconnected sector. With education, with digitalization, with transport. But I think if I would highlight one, I think all these priorities call for the importance of inter and cross-governmental coordination, because they touch on issues which are tourism issues, but they are also development issues, they're infrastructure issues, they are transport issues, and for tourism to actually transform itself and deliver on jobs and economic growth, that cross-agency coordination is essential.
Certainly, as you say, everything is interconnected. One can't really have one without the other. We thank you so much for the summary this afternoon, Sandra. Have yourself a great afternoon further.
My pleasure. Good afternoon.
Thank you. That's Sandra Carvão. She's Director of Market Intelligence and Competitiveness at UN Tourism. She takes us to exactly 4:32 Central African time as we head over now to the markets desk, where Nosipho Zuma is standing by with your latest market indicators.